Welcome to the Arizona Art Alliance. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you being a part of this premier video release presentation featured by SpotlightArizona.tv. We are featuring our premier artists here in the spotlight and focusing on the inspirations that has inspired their work. Our host is Diana Rodriguez. Welcome to the Arizona Art Alliance.
Hello and welcome. I'm Diana Rodriguez, your host of SpotlightArizona.tv, featured by the Arizona Art Alliance, and you are now in the spotlight. We are here today with Leanne Parks. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on like this. This is great.
Leanne, you are the president of Desert Artists, and
correct.
You're also the director of the Community Outreach Program for the Arizona Art Alliance, correct?
All the programs, right.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of stuff to be involved in.
It's a wonderful stuff to do.
Yeah.
It truly is.
When did you get started with all of this?
Well, when I was very young, I showed early signs of just drawing on everything. And grandmother was an art teacher, and they were involved in art in New England for a long time. One-man shows for my aunts in New York and things like that. And I just kept drawing and kept studying and had to go to work and earn real money in between when I raised the family. But I keep going now, just drawing and painting all the time and sharing that with all the kids that I work with. So.
Oh, okay. And I understand you draw off of pictures that you take.
Right. We've been out photographing all over the place. Northwest Trek, some of the places where they get animals and take care of them when they're hurt, and then re-release them in the wild. And my husband has carried film up mountaintops while I've shot mountain lions.
Oh, wow.
Back when there was no digital camera. So think about that.
Wow, yeah. What is your favorite thing to photograph?
Well, I love the big cats, but I love bears and then the small ones. And my husband's into birds, so we have a lot of those around, and I absolutely adore to do the birds too. I won an Audubon Award, I think, in 2003 for some of the birds I did in pastel.
Very nice. And I also understand that you have developed a special technique.
Well, it's something that I found out when I was flying back and forth from D.C. to here, and I would color with colored pencils on the airplane, because you can't keep me down. I'd been drawing with something else if I hadn't. And what I found in the Scottsdale store was this piece of stone, only it wasn't the rough one. It was a smooth piece all overall. And it's called howlite, and you can see it's white. I think some people will dye this to make it look like turquoise. Well, my aunt was the docent at the New Bedford Whaling Museum, and my father was an architect and worked with the marine stuff all the time. And so they talked about scrimshaw, which is taking the sail needle, scratching your picture into the ivory, and then rubbing the black soot in to make it seen. I'm sure many people. But what I do is do it on this stone.
Really pretty.
Thank you.
I love butterflies.
I use almost everything to get the colors in there and then spray it down. So
That is awesome. That's fascinating.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere.
Hello, my name is Mike Brady, and I'm president of the Arizona Art Alliance. If you heard of us, I hope you said yes, but if not, I want to tell you about our organization. The Alliance currently represents over 20 art leagues and guilds here in Arizona, and their membership base of over 2,000 very talented artists. These artists create original art ranging from paintings to photography, sculpture, glass gourds, and much more. We are a nonprofit organization, not a gallery. We strive to create a variety of exhibition venues for our members. But what really makes us special is our community service work. Many of these artists volunteer their time, talent, and dedication to several community art programs, serving disadvantaged or challenged youth, adults, and veterans. These mentoring programs bring healing and supporting outreach programs to a segment of the community that is most in need. These programs rock, and we need your support. We accept individual donations and business sponsorships. Be a part of these programs that heal and provide enrichment to everyone, both participants and volunteers. contact us at our website, azartalliance.com, to donate your tax-deductible contribution. We thank you for your support.
Welcome back. We're here with Leanne Parks. And Leanne, you were talking about scrimstones and you showed us an example here.
I showed an example of the stone, and I meant to show you the carbide point that's been with me for probably 40 years.
Wow, so that's a tool you use.
I actually etched the creatures into the stone.
That's awesome. And you also have a couple of examples of some other work that you've done with scrimstone.
These are some small pieces that were also cut by a professional in Prescott, actually.
Oh, really?
The other slices were done by a miner in Cave Creek.
Oh, wow.
But these were cut in special sizes, and then I would inscribe the piece into it. And this one lives in Germany.
Wow.
And this one is my daughter-in-law's. She loves cardinals. She's back in Virginia now. So that's just an example of some of the things I do with the stone. But I paint on anything. So some of the pieces that I've got, this is representative of the one that I did for Audubon, Arizona. And I got the Great Egret Award for that one.
Really?
And
Wow.
it's gone now. But this one I loved because you could, this is all in pastel on a sanded paper. And then this is what I meant by the big cats.
Wow.
I really, really love to do the big cats. The eyes are particularly important, and the fur. The fur is something.
That's gorgeous.
Those two items are what I really, really work with. This is done in graphite. We have bobcats outside by our house, and so.
That must be scary.
Oh, no.
No?
No, we have sort of like a grocery store for the hawks, too, with the birds. But and I love doing this. Grandma does predators. This is called Back Off.
But he looks like I would
figured
back
it might
off.
go in a lawyer's office or something.
Yeah.
But yes, I did a series of 13 wolves at one time that were in a big show.
Wow.
And then this one.
I
This
love
one
dogs.
won Best in Show about 5 years ago. This is done for a friend. This is Murphy, who used to live across the street. And Murphy would come and try to visit, but the 8-pound cat would not let him come. So we took photos, and we did Murphy. And Murphy is actually sitting on a black sofa, which is maybe hard to see in this. I mean, we call it Murphy's bed.
Oh.
So all
That's cute.
pastels again. I can get some things with pastels that I cannot normally do. Now, in taking the photographs at the recovery centers for these little critters, these guys were on a metal barrel, but I put them back in their environment so that they could, you know,
Wonderful.
live forever.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
and I'm not sure, yes. Again, this is one that was rescued, took the photos, took lots of photos of this, and then put it back in its own environment. So really,
That's really
enjoy
awesome.
doing the.
Fascinating. You won a lot of awards doing this work, correct?
Yes, I have. I've been really lucky. Do we have any more that? These are just two more that I put here. So I tell you my website, www.leannepark.com. And this is Cold Stare, our little Virginia fox, red fox in the field. And this one's going to be in a show very soon with the Alliance. And it's called Rest Stop. And of course, the opposite end of the country is on the patio with all the pots. So,
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
That's great. I look forward to seeing that over there.
Thank you. Yes, I love what I do. It's hard to fit it in these days with everything else. But what I get to do is get very detailed with this kind of artwork. And then I work with special needs kids particularly.
Oh.
And sometimes with the veterans and the elderly people too. And I get to play more. I get to show them, you know, about splashing paint and putting things around. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you
Thanks.
for sharing all of your lovely photos and your scrimstones.
Oh,
They're
thank you.
beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed being in the spotlight today.
Oh, absolutely. I love
Great.
to talk about all this.
Yeah,
It's
wonderful.
Super.
And thank you for joining us at SpotlightArizona.tv, featured by the Arizona Art Alliance. We will see you next time.